Hello, my name is Lloyd Wright. I'm a licensed acupuncturist. I'm licensed here in Arizona, California, and Florida, and I've been practicing approximately 20 years. During my course of practice, I have acquired a diplomate with the National Board of Acupuncture Orthopedics and specialize in orthopedics and neuromuscular disorders. I also served as a medical evaluator for the California Workers' Comp system, and also served on the California Acupuncture Board regulating the field of acupuncture in California. First of all, we have to understand that Chinese medicine dates back over 5,000 years with a 2,500-year history of written medical progress. During that course of time, they've made a lot of discoveries in understanding how to heal the body and how the body actually functions. One of the things I'd like to focus on is what we refer to as the system of the 12 major organs. In Chinese medicine, we have 12 organs which actually control all the functions throughout the entire body. So any kind of illnesses or symptoms or disease or dysfunction or imbalances that you can think of would basically be related back to a dysfunction of one or sometimes a combination of these organs. Now we found over thousands of years that each of these organs has a channel that comes out to the surface of the body, and that's actually where most of the acupuncture points are located. And we'll take a look at a chart in a second. You can see how those go all over the entire body. However, the important thing to understand is that each of these points has a different effect on the body, affecting either the tissue surrounding these channels or affecting the function of the organ itself. Important to understand that acupuncture normalizes these physiological functions of the organs. One of my favorite examples of this is if somebody has too much stomach acid. They may complain of a symptom such as heartburn. Well, what is the real source of the heartburn? It's really the excess stomach acid. So there are acupuncture points which will normalize stomach acid output. Once you normalize stomach acid output, the symptom, the heartburn, naturally disappears. So always the goal in Chinese medicine is to just normalize the body's functions. If you take a look here at the chart, what you'll see is channels running all up and down the back and the arms. I want to call your attention specifically to the channel running right down the center here. You can see there's one runs right over the spine, and there is one that splits in two and runs on either side of the spine. The one on either side of the spine is actually the bladder channel. The one running down the center is called the governor channel. These two channels are very important. They have a lot to do with how the body functions. What the Chinese discovered over thousands of years is there are specific points that deal with these organs. So, for instance, at the very top, bladder point 12 and they're at 13 will actually have an effect on the lungs. And this has been documented and observed for literally thousands of years. And these points are called associated effect points, and they have the effect of normalizing these physiological functions. I almost liken it to hitting the body's reset button. So in some sense, these points are general use points and they tend to be used for more chronic conditions. Now, when you lay down and relax on the Jade Thermal bed, what happens is you get warmth and energy put into these channels, and it's almost like very, very gentle acupuncture treatment which penetrates and stimulates these points. Any stimulation of these points is going to create an automatic balancing of the body. Now, if you stimulated other points on the channels, you would get other specific effects, either stimulatory or sedating effects. That, if it's not done properly, can actually throw the body out of balance. These points along the back are the only points which are so safe to use that you can use them for almost any condition. And indeed, I've had several patients come over here and have experiences with the Jade Thermal bed. They've had excellent results. I had one gentleman who was having difficulty with circulation in the legs. Circulation in the legs is a specific ailment in Chinese medicine. It relates back to the heart, it relates back to the spleen. All of these points are stimulated on these Jade Thermal beds through the bladder channel. And the effect was tremendous. He accelerated his rate of healing tremendously, and at this point he's walking around quite happy and not requiring any treatment whatsoever. So I wanted to share a little bit of this insight, this crossover between the Jade Thermal beds and the Chinese Meridian system. And thank you very much.